Bodø Glimt 2, Tottenham 2, that was easily the worst game of the season. And if you're new here, welcome to FOOTY with Wally, a channel where I cover Tottenham and also the other big six clubs when I have time. So starting with the stats, and as you can see, Bodø Glimt had obviously the XG's impact is also because of the penalty. But even without the XG, without the penalty, the XG was 1.70 something, which is more than Tottenham. Like, Bodø Glimt should have won this game. If we're talking about performance, 3-1. 4-2 or something like that. Tottenham yesterday, because I'm recording this the day after, was just atrocious. Like, the performance was very hard to watch. And I listed some problems, like 4 problems specifically, and I will go through each of them and explain why I think they are a problem, obviously. And if you don't agree with something or you agree with something, just leave in the comments your opinions, because I will be reading and replying it. So problem 1, starting 11. Kudus, Palhinha and Xavi Simons on the bench. Guys, in the Champions League format, you can't make mistakes. You can't risk points, because each point is very important. And you go play an away game with 3 of your best players, maybe your 3 best players on the bench. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. And I also wrote there, next game is against Leeds away. Was this rotation risking valuable points in this UCL format really necessary? No, it wasn't. It really wasn't. And so far, I'm talking only about strategy, like choices. I have not even started to talk about the atrocious individual performances that we saw. So second problem was tactics. Low mid block against Bodø Glimt. Why? Like, why? It doesn't make any sense to me. And I put the players' average positions there, and you can see that Bodø Glimt on average had 7 players on the attack most of the game, whereas Tottenham had only 2 in the attack in the second half of the pitch, basically. Bodø Glimt is not that strong that you need to go defensively against them, even if it's away. Like, it doesn't matter. Tottenham gave the ball to Bodø Glimt, and Bodø Glimt playing at home, they were comfortable, they felt confident, they got a lot of momentum, etc. So the strategy, and I don't say that often, but this strategy was inherently wrong, in my opinion. So problem 3, I will talk about the individual players, or the players individually speaking. That will be my next problem. So substitutions. The team were smashed, and that is the word, smashed, destroyed in the first half. And the first change happened only after 60 minutes, like more than 1 hour if you consider the extra time in the first half. So let's say at least 60 something minutes of football for Thomas Frank to see, I think we are playing horribly, I should do something. Like, that was obvious. Tottenham were destroyed in the first half, and why waiting 60 minutes to change anything? For the second half, the team should have entered the pitch with 3 changes, like 2 changes minimum. Not only changes regarding players, but also regarding tactics, regarding the formation, etc. Because at the end of the day, considering all the changes throughout the game, we saw pragmatic changes, like a winger for a winger, a 10 for a 10, and a left back, a left for a left back, etc. The team did improve slightly after the changes, but at the same time, I believe at that point, Tottenham would lose. The opponents had the momentum, they were very confident, and that is very important when you're playing football. And I could not imagine Tottenham players coming from the bench and getting momentum, and it's like the team starting dominating the game all of a sudden. For me, for that to happen, the changes should have been made at the beginning of the second half. Like, the team should have started the second half completely different. So problem 4, the players. So a technical problem. Apart from Mickey van de Ven and Bentancur, all players played poorly, or maybe okay. Like, Odebert was okay maybe, if I'm trying to save someone else. But Van de Ven, and to explain why, I put some numbers regarding Van de Ven and Bentancur. Van de Ven, he was first in defensive contributions with 10, 87 touches, second in the game, 8 passes into final third in the game, etc. Like 8 recoveries, first in the game. And Bentancur starts USA in there, like 9 defensive contributions, second in the game, 7 out of 10 duels won, 70%, and he was first in the game. 97% pass accuracy, first in the game as well. So they were they played well considering how poor the team performed. But other than them, like Odebert, okay. Brennan Johnson did not have a good game. Richarlison did not have a good game. Let's see who else. Sarr had a horrible match, and the fact that Bergvall was substituted before Sarr really surprised me, and I did not understand why. I didn't like Spence as well. Danso, Borrow, like, defensively speaking, the right side was pretty bad, and that's where Bodø Glimt focused their game. If you watched 90 minutes, you saw that they were trying to exploit the right side of Tottenham's defense. Not saying that the left side was good, it was also bad, but the right side was even worse. And you can see this by looking at the shooting map and seeing where most of the shots came from. Also, something that I forgot to comment about problem one is that Tottenham had a very bad performance against Wolves, even though in that video I said that Tottenham did not deserve to lose. But that doesn't mean I said the performance was good. Someone offended me for some reason thinking that I was saying that or something like that. So this game should be a way of winning, like scoring goals, being happy, and then trying to get momentum again for the team to feel confident, for the fans to not have doubts. So that's also why I did not understand why not prioritizing this game and going 100% focused and with all your best players there. And after all that situation now, 4 out of 6 points so far. Spurs still needs to win at least 4 matches to reach the 16 points mark that was necessary to qualify last season. The problem here is we don't know if this mark will be the same as last season. We don't know if it will be exactly 16 points or if it will be 17 or something. But let's assume that it will be 16 points. So assuming 3 more wins at home, Spurs still needs to beat someone away. Next game is against Monaco away. And then you tell me, who is Tottenham beating away? Because PSG, I don't think so. I do not think Tottenham will beat PSG away. And then we have Monaco and Frankfurt away. You can say Frankfurt, it's not so hard to beat Frankfurt. Like, it's not like PSG, that is almost impossible. But definitely playing like that, playing like the team performed against Wolves, the team performed against Bodø Glimt, the team performed against Bournemouth, etc. It will not be enough to get all the points that are needed in order to qualify within the top 8. Because if Tottenham don't qualify within the top 8, there will be 2 extra matches to be played in the playoffs. And that is horrible, especially because, let's be honest, the squad is not that good. And also you have no idea who you will face in the playoffs. Because last season we had PSG in the playoffs. We had Madrid in the playoffs. We had Manchester City in the playoffs. So Thomas Frank cannot, and the club in general, the players, everyone, they can't sleep on that. They should be trying to avoid the playoffs. So from now on, after a drawing against Bodø Glimt, that in my calculations was a win, because I was calculating like winning the 4 games at home and then beating Bodø Glimt, so 15 points, and then trying to find a draw against either PSG, Frankfurt or Monaco. But as in week 2, we already had a big problem. Now beating someone away became mandatory. There is nothing more to say actually. And again, I'm considering 16 points. And we don't know if it's 17, then we have a problem. Then we have a huge problem. Because let's imagine it is 17 points that you need to qualify within the top 8. Then Tottenham will need to beat someone away and also get a draw away, another draw. So let's imagine 3 more wins at home, then beating Frankfurt away. But then you need to draw against either Monaco or PSG. So the situation will be very bad. Now, the best would be to hope that the mark will still be 16 points, because then it's not so impossible. It's not so bad. But obviously the performances need to get better. But those are guys, tell me if you agree with me or not, if you think I'm being pessimist or not, if you think my analysis was correct or not, and all of those things. And don't forget to like, subscribe, share it with the friends in case I have said anything useful, and see you in the next time. Bye.